Alright guys, welcome to the Blue April Cup #1. My name is Counterfeit, joined by D-List today, and we're going to be jumping in fairly quickly to some ESL action. But before we do, D-List, let's take a quick look-see over the bracket we've got here today before we get our first game started. So who have we got on the menu?
Well, first up we're gonna have Olimpo from Mexico moving straight into the quarterfinal. After that, or well below them rather, it is going to be the Loose Motion going up against Into the Wild. Into the Wild representing Japan and Loose Motion representing the Netherlands. Then below them, Unretired from the United States of America versus me, Vida Loca from Japan, and Greg Clan moving straight into the quarterfinal.
And let's see, so we've got Hope is Life also getting a bye for the first round. Frankenstein going up against Devil Heart. What a great name for a team. Then just below there we've got Army Blue versus Zodiacs Family, which will be our first feature match of the day. And awaiting the winner of this upcoming match will be Enigma. We'll be jumping into that first pre-game lobby. As you can see, Streets will be our first destination. Our admin for today is Danny W. Yeah.
Good old boy.
He wanted to have a nap, but we dragged him to the tournament just so you guys could have a good old experience. Danny W, all reliable we call him. He's like a volcano. I don't know if the volcano is really called all reliable, but he is. We'll be getting started in just a second. We'll be having ESL action all the way through this evening. Best of 3 competition, knockout. So one of these two teams we shall bid adieu to. It's probably more likely to be Army of 3, I believe, than Zodiacs Family. I think Zodiacs Family have been around for a while, but I'm prepared to be wrong on that one.
Yeah, Zodiacs Family, they have definitely have been around. I don't think they've ever really gotten that far. Well, I say that. Now in Blue March Cup #3, I see that they actually placed second in that tournament. They went up against SOL in the grand final where they lost 3-0, and then a few cups before, so actually after that, Blue March Cup #5, they got all the way to the semi-final where they lost against Frankenstein 2-0. So while they sometimes get very close to the grand final, they also tend to lose out pretty hard when they match up in that semi-final or grand final. Now, moving on to the streets. Zodiacs Family versus Army of 3. Let's see if Zodiacs Family, they can beat out Army of 3 for now. Army of 3 standing all the way down to their own side here off the map. Not making a single move here.
Yeah, Army of 3 representing Chile. Not a country we see too often, but it's honestly, it's kind of cool. There's something that's happening recently. We seem to be getting in some different country representatives for the ESL competition. Of course, Zodiacs Family, quite the welcoming committee. You said D-List managed to get the family, that is, managing to get a long way through recent tournaments. For Army of 3, they've mostly gotten knocked out in the first round, but it has been by some of the more established teams. It's looking like, though, today might not be their day as well.
It certainly is. Zodiac's Family, they're coming out pretty darn hot here from the start, with over a 10-kill lead here at this first round of 16. That Counterfeit, I must say that Zodiac's Family, they're not here to play, they're here to win, and they are like a freight train just running through Army of 3 so far.
There is no stopping them, just absolutely destroying everything. MIT 8-1 so far. Honestly ludicrous. Elvit providing very close backup as well. Of course, when you're one of the newer teams, you do spend a lot of time going up against some of the more established squads in the early going of the tournament. So hopefully Army of 3 will stick with it, and whatever they can learn from this pretty harsh lesson Zodiac's Family is delivering right here.
You know what, Counterfeit? Army of 3, they come in and say, guys, I think we have a package for you. And that package is you losing this first round. But Zodiac's family and Elvis in particular says, no guys, on that package we're gonna write return to sender. Address unknown, no such person, no such zone. You guys, you're going home.
I liked it. It didn't make a lot of sense, but I liked it anyway.
It was a reference to an Elvis song.
Oh, okay.
I tried my best. I'm sorry I disappointed you, senpai.
Well, you tried, and that's the important thing. For Zodiac's family, they are try-harding like crazy. Honestly, they don't need to be delivering this much punishment to Army of 3, but apparently they're in a hurry to make it up to the semis, to even perhaps make it up to the finals here today. They don't want to waste any time at all. Give Army of 3 any chance of making it through their first round.
Yeah, honestly, counterfeit. I don't think Elvis is gonna have to visit the Heartbreak Hotel after this quarterfinal, or even round number 16.
Well, I just don't know what to say to that, honestly.
It was not a reference!
Oh no, I know. I understood it was. That just still didn't help me out very much. If I knew Elvis references, I'd probably be able to follow up with something deeply witty. But
okay, I'm gonna go for Johnny Cash then. I know you can be in on that.
I mean, I know like 2 songs. But hey, one way or the other, Zodiac's family take the first game with
Was
a
that
convincing.
a reference to the song?
Probably. So Zodiac's family with a 21 kill advantage. MIT doing the lion's share of the work. We're gonna have Jesper sedated between rounds. We'll see how it goes.
Was that another reference to Hosher?
We'll catch you guys in a few minutes with the second game of Army of 3 and Zodiac's family. Alright guys, welcome back. Army of 3 and Zodiacs family clash once more. Zodiacs family delivered Army of 3 a terrifying drubbing in game number 1. D-Less, do you think now we're headed to scramble, Army of 3 can find themselves a foxhole to hide in?
Ooh, well, they're gonna have to find a pretty big hole, because I'm sure Zodiac's family, they have a lot of grenades, and damn, did they look good in game number 1. So I don't think they need grenades, they just need a sniper rifle here and there to take down Army of 3. At least that's what worked for them in game number 1.
Yeah, MIT, well, his player 2 was particularly terrifying as Zodiac's family come swinging out at steam. MIT able to get the flank off while Dumbo continues the damage, and Army of 3, I mean, all credit to them, they are actually, you know, this game isn't actually going as out of control as I expected it maybe to. Army of 3 actually equalizing with Zodiac's family. Perhaps we are in for more play than we were initially expecting.
Well, even though Army of 3, their name is Army of 3, I think they have brought a bit more than 3 members right here, because they have 5 counterfeit. And if my math isn't exactly incorrect, then that's 2 more.
That's true. I mean, we've seen teams manage to succeed with just 4 players. Army of 3, they've actually taken the lead off of Zodiac's family. I don't know what's going on in game number 2, but somehow, some way, they are bringing it. The Zodiac's family.
But counterfeit matches are not a sprint. They are a marathon, and right now, even though Army of 3, they are a bit ahead, Zodiac's family are clawing their way back. It is an endurance test, and Zodiac's family, so far, looking to win it out.
We'll have to see. Let's find out. So, So it's tempo, the difference maker for Army, along with beat. They're still staying ahead, man. I wouldn't have believed we would see as competitive of a game 2 after the game 1. It almost makes me wonder if maybe Army of 3 were having some kind of technical issues in the game 1, or just needed some warm-up, because they are performing so much better this time round, even with Zodiacs going after them full force.
They certainly are, and well, Army of 3 right here looking like a team that could put up a good performance against Zodiac's family, but still I have to say that it's not about winning in the moment, it's about just having these long drawn out fights. A game is much more than just 1 minute, it is 7 minutes, and Army of 3, they need to keep it up. Zodiac's family, they're just in their heels with only 2 kills in the lead. Army of 3, they are not guaranteed a single thing so far.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Especially when you go from a game when you were doing so poorly to a game you're doing so well. It tests the team in different ways. We've seen very, very good teams seize an early advantage and then throw the whole game away because they lose their focus. The other team starts leaping all over them, and suddenly, you've got a team asking where did it all go wrong, and it just continues to get worse from there.
It certainly does, counterfeit, and oh, Elvis and MIT wanting to send Army of 3 to the Heartbreak Hotel.
Elvis doing pretty well so far. MIT, just like last time, has rocked up a decent score as Zodiac's family have now managed to take the lead for themselves as we cross the halfway mark. Army of 3, they've only got this game to stay in the tournament. Even if they're performing massively better than before, if they lose out here, they are done.
They certainly are, and they don't want to lose out, but Zodiac's family, they're giving them a run for their money. And you know what, counterfeit? I have been watching a lot of good games of MC5, but I must say that it's rare that we see a game as close as this one. And Zodiac's family and Army of 3, they are giving us everything for our money.
Yeah, honestly as well, the way these tournaments are laid out with the, with the seeding and everything, it's designed to mean that the most competitive teams will meet in the semi-finals, in the grand finals. So, all credit to Army of 3, Zodiac's family, as we said, a team that have spent a fair bit of time up towards the top of the table. Army of 3 are giving them a pretty good run for their money, even if they don't win out here.
They certainly have. But now Zodiac's family coming in, showing us that they can sprint too, even though it is a marathon. But Army of 3 not over yet, finding 2 kills right there with some bombs. Zodiac's family, they're gonna have to stick together like a family because Army of 3, they're trying to tear them apart at the seams.
Reptic grabs another tempo with the score lead right now. It's so close between these two teams. Army of 3, they want that game 3, but it's still so far away. Even a single kill more for the family is enough to win out when that timer runs down. The teams giving each other a little bit of room right now as the clock gets closer to over. Zodiac's family could be playing with fire if they let Army of 3 get their feet under them.
Zodiac's family, they're ahead by 3 counterfeit. Do you think Army 3 they can make this comeback? Because they have shown some good fighting power in the early game here of game number 2, but Zodiac's family, now they're coming back and they are landing those shots, so mechanically skilled, they certainly are.
Tempo still trying to do their best for the Army of 3 to carry this game, but it's looking like it's less and less likely by the moment. MIT is putting on another sterling performance. Elvis as well is keeping up the pressure. And it's honestly, let's see, so it's, yeah, again, it's MIT's performance almost single-handedly that's elevating Zodiac's family over the finish line here. MIT gets a double with a grenade, completely blind, and Army of 3 just look like they are outclassed by the Zodiac's family.
And now that means that Zodiac's family, they're gonna move ahead up to the lower quarterfinal to face Enigma. And I must say that Zodiac's family, even though they win here against Army of 3, is not as convincing as you could want. And Elvis and MIT, they need to really give a good talking to the rest of the members from Zodiac's family. Because having only 2 guys coming in with all of the kills is not a very stable way to have a team running. You need everyone to step it up and to get those kills in.
Alright guys, we're going to get you on stream between the games, so if you're playing on iOS and
Can I be on stream too?
I don't know, are you playing on iOS, Deedless?
No, I just want to be on stream. Can you have my picture on stream?
I don't know. Can we? If you can do a cutout of your head with no background, I'll put you on stream.
A cutout of my hair?
Head.
Oh, I have one, actually. Let me send you that.
Alright, well there you go. Exciting times to be alive, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you want like a, does it have to be like a meme picture?
A what picture?
A meme picture.
Not necessarily, but if we're going to use it to traumatize people, then, you know, something memorable, I suppose. So guys, use the global pass key. Or the global invite, rather.
There you go, Peter. I just sent you 2 pictures.
Jeez.
I think you should use those 2 pictures on the stream. It could be Team Jesper's ugly against Team Peter's ugly. Why not?
Oh, jeez. Jeez. Streaming. So, Devi, Follow and Badnet, welcome, welcome. Let's get you added up as friends. Let's see, alright.
Well, anyways, guys, obviously, come play. We want to see you guys on the stream, and we want to see you guys come in and pull off some great plays. It's not every day that we get to see you guys. So right in here is your time. There we go. That's a fine picture of me. I must say that's a handsome man right there in the middle.
There you go, guys. This is what you can aspire to if you want to be an esports professional. So, now we've got enough people to get started with. We're going to catch you guys on the other side of the break with our next ESL match, so stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, welcome back! The Odyssey continues for Enigma as they now head up against Zodiacs family. Fresh off their last round win against Army of 3, we shall see if Enigma will take this lying down.
Well, you call it an Odyssey counterfeit, I will call it an epic, because right now we're seeing some heroic deeds between two heroic teams. Enigma with a few members from number 1, but Zodiac's family, they have shown that MIT and Elvis, they can carry pretty hard. So these two teams, they're just going to be matching up and playing to the best of their arate.
Terran G, heading up the Enigma squad as they seize the early advantage. Pretty in pink, Terran G's BSW. And along with Insanity locking down those first couple of kills, Elvis has fired back with one of their own. So let's take a look at what these guys are doing on the map. It looks like we're in for a little bit of street brawling here, as neither team kind of closely cohering to each other. They're just going for one-on-one brawls between all the different members.
It certainly is, and Enigma, they're coming out ahead. I say that they only have 3 kills in the lead, but Zodiac's family, I must say that they are still winning a few kills and duels here and there, while still being able to match up with Enigma. Enigma finding kills, making sure to stay ahead in terms of momentum.
Enigma looking good, the international squad Enigma coming in as our number 2 seed today. Though I believe that, yes, they're seeded number 2, not because of the Enigma team itself's performance, but because of the pedigree of the individual members. We'll see how well that individual skill translates to performing together as a team. That's what we said, you know, we're seeing Enigma kind of going for this kind of a team made of individuals approach. And I think perhaps Zodiac's family might find strength in what they can accomplish together.
But counterfeit, we have said this before, Zodiac's family Achilles heel is their members. They don't play together necessarily, they just rely on Elvis and MIT to do all the work. And that is not sustainable, and that is why right now that they are invulnerable to everything thrown against them, but Enigma finding those members that aren't performing and shutting them down, because they cannot win those trades. And that is why Zodiac's family, they are falling behind.
Zodiacs do find a nice couple of kills there to equalize things up. As MIT and Elvis, those star players you mentioned before for the Zodiac squad, they managed to actually put Zodiacs into the lead. MIT struggling a little bit in the early going, but Elvis certainly having a very, very good game so far. 6-2, matching veterans with a much lower deaths. Insanity from the other side, their top scorer does get taken out, and I think the family are starting to really establish themselves in this quarterfinal game.
You know what, counterfeit, it feels like Enigma, they have gone over their limits. It seems like they have committed an hubristic act right here. Dangerous overconfidence will usually bring about nemesis, and Enigma, they are falling prey to that right here.
Axel and Cruz with some nice long-range hits. Axel actually using the heavy class, so not one you'd normally know for that, but the close-range confines of the streets can be really effective. Nice turret being set up there for the Zodiac's family to make sure they control the central portion. Enigma are going to come charging in, but it's going to cost them, and I think they're going to end up being thrown out of that central building, with falling even further behind.
So the family now completely taking control over this game. They figured out where their problem lied, in that Achilles heel, but for Enigma, they haven't been able to continue to poke Zodiacs in their heel. Because Zodiacs, if you take a look at the scoreboard, please counterfeit, then you can see how everyone is actually stepping up. It's still MIT and Elvis doing all of the work, but veterans and Crucial, they have just grouped up to say, guys, we need to build a foundation around our 2 strong members. They have done so, and now Zodiac's family, they are giving the support over to those strong players so that they can continue to perform.
Man, I couldn't believe how many explosions were going off just then. You can really feel the thunder on the streets. It's looking like the transition for the Zodiacs family towards this more explosive style is paying off dividends for them, as they look like they're close to even winning out by maybe even close to 15 kills. Compared to where we were before, that's a very different end to game one than how we started out.
I love what Zodiac's family they're doing here in this game. They figured out the way to optimize and specialize in their abilities so that they can work out. It's like a chapter straight out of Plato's The Republic, because they have figured out the optimal optimization and specialization so that every single member prove extremely valuable.
Well, congratulations to the Zodiacs family. They certainly showed us that their game one that can be just as good as their previous series game one. We'll have to see though, if when it comes to those game twos, the Zodiacs family, they may start to run out of steam. We shall see. Our quarterfinal will continue after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Enigma versus Zodiacs family. Everybody but Deedless.
Why are you so mean?
That's because Deedless is double welcome.
Ah, thank you.
You see, it's a roller coaster of emotion here on the MC5 broadcast.
And you know what, Counterfeit? It is still an epic here between Enigma and Zodiacs family. Zodiacs family just stealing away map number 1 here against Enigma. Enigma, however, found the first kill. But Zodiacs family, they're looking to continue their momentum here in the second map, because Zodiacs family ahead by 3 kills right now, and they're looking unstoppable.
Now, we saw this a little bit from the PC tournament earlier today. Some of the angles that people are able to take on the scramble in particular are honestly crazy. We're seeing the skill level of the individual snipers is just honestly, it's eye-watering to see sometimes. That, you know, they'll look around, they'll look for any body part that's sticking out of cover, no matter how small, a shoulder, a foot sticking out. They'll put a bullet through that. And especially on Scramble, where there's so many sightlines that are almost impossible to keep track of, that can be absolutely deadly.
It certainly can, and well, for now, Counterfeit, Zodiac's family ahead by 50% right here against Enigma. Actually, I think that's probably wrong. It's probably around 100%. My math is not very good, guys. That is why I am a caster and not a player, because I cannot predict where people are going.
Well, the odds certainly do seem to be in the Zodiacs family's favor right now, as veterans MIT are leading the charge. And, well, this is one of the questions you had about the Zodiacs family, Deedless. Could their whole team step up? It's looking like in this game, with a very small point spread between first and last, that all of the family are contributing almost exactly the same amount as each other.
Yeah, well, that is what we need to see. That's what I've been criticizing Zodiac's family for a long time, that they haven't all been stepping up, that they haven't all been putting in the same work. And veterans, 3 kills right there, only surviving with 1 health, Counterfeit.
I think that might have even been 4. There was a grenade right at the beginning of that just kind of, like, you know, tinkled past the rest of the squad. That was, oh my gosh, that was crazy. Zodiac's family, they are just plowing through this quarterfinal. Enigma might be number 2 seed, but Zodiac's family, yeah, they seem like they're just getting better and better with each game they play. Insanity and Azus do get a couple back, but this is looking like it's basically over already.
It really is. Zodiac's family, they take 2 steps whenever Enigma, they take a half, and Zodiac's family, they are very far ahead. It's looking just like a tale of a rabbit and a turtle, because I think Zodiac's family, they're gonna reach the goal first, and they're gonna go into a semi-final with the way things are going pretty darn soon.
That does get put down there, as Insanity and the rest of the Enigma squad suddenly realize the extent of their peril. Just like before, the 3 army, Enigma, I think, didn't come into this with any conception that not only would they be receiving a beating here, but it would be this brutal, this swift. Zodiac's family were only crossing past the halfway mark, and they are almost done with Enigma entirely.
Yeah, well, Zodiac's family, they don't need a lot of time to work with, and honestly, Counterfeit, right here, Zodiac's family, just looking so incredibly strong, and I honestly believe that they could be favorites in this tournament. Obviously, they have to go through teams like Frankenstein, who currently are battling it out in round number 16, but a legendary team like Frankenstein might be able to put up a fight against Zodiacs. I'm not sure, but Zodiacs looking like an unstoppable freight train so far.
Alright guys, so we're going to get you in on our next community match. So let's see about that. If you want to join in, please use the passkey ESL123. Let's see.
Not feature 1, guys. Obviously 1, 2, 3, as the good old counter video just said.
So let's get that set up. So let's go for a team battle. Let's go for conversion. We haven't seen that as of yet. Don't worry, D-list. We'll get a chance to come back to rooftops a little bit later on. So, roughly ESL rules.
Why is my face still there?
Why, I don't know what you mean, D-list. Is this just a guilty conscience preying upon you?
I think Peter, if you want to bully me like this, then you should at least be a gentleman and add your own face in.
Well, that's still something to look forward to. Maybe if it gets too out of control.
Guys, post in the chat, add counterfeit face. Hashtag add counterfeit face.
Oh no. Mobilizing the people against me. You know my weakness for hashtags. Ooh.
You know what counterfeit? I come from a socialist country. I've realized what the people can do.
Well, we shall see, shall we not? Shall we? Shall we not? Just posted the bracket across the various different platforms, so if you guys want to keep track of how everything is going on today. Yes, Cosmo over on Facebook. Scramble is a great place for snipers. Honestly, you know, you can see games on there where it's kind of, you know, people can just play it out kind of standardly, but the ones I really enjoy seeing are the ones where you see players who just play out super well, and you know they'll find all these incredible sightlines, and the opposition won't even get a chance to fire back because they never see it coming.
No, that is a good point, Counterfeit. And guys, join into this game. We want to see you guys show us that you can play like Zodiacs family, that you can be as dominant. At least show us that you can be better than Counterfeit, and that doesn't take a lot. Probably same goes for me as well. I haven't played on iOS in quite some time.
Whale, a whale, a whale.
A whale?
Oh no, Cosmo's always also posted hashtag at counterfeit's face. Darn, well, double dip in there.
You have to do it now, Counterfeit.
Well, it's... Oh no, and Hero Gaming Simon has as well. Oh boy. Oh boy.
At the face. At the face. At the face. At it. At it. Do it. You know you want to. You know you have to now. There's no way around it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's where is it? Boop, 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 boop. Refresh. And
there we go. Oh my god. I love this.
There we go. Take ownership of each team. Alright guys, we'll be back in a few minutes time with our ESL competition. Stay tuned and we'll see you soon. Alright guys, welcome back. And so you guys are having so much fun, I didn't want to jump in really and ruin it, but now I do. We're going to do a battle royale, so if you guys want to come join in, come and queue right now. And me and Coach Deedless will come and destroy some people on the battlefield.
Hey, I don't want to destroy anyone. I want to be everyone's friend.
Oh boy. I don't know if you're going to make the best coach. I don't know if the hug
I'm
button's
not, I'm
been
not a
implemented.
big, hulky, evil coach like you.
Wait, am I a coach?
Wait, are you a coach? Wait, you're probably... Wait, are
I
you
thought I was
a...
on being coached. I'm so confused.
Well, you can't be a coach because I'm that, but you can be a coast.
The coast?
Yeah.
Okay.
You spawned at the airport. Congratulations, that is lesson 101.
Well, that's because that's where everyone spawns.
Mm. Well, why not?
You say potato, and I say potato.
Honestly, Peter, you need a new meme. That's getting old.
May's a pray. Oh boy. So yes, I think we're. Let's see. If you come into the game, if you're from the stream, do throw up a yellow because that's certainly an outdated May. We need to get Gameloft to update their shoutouts more often.
See, man, I was at work here the other day, and I was talking to one of my pupils.
Ooh, that's rude.
And I work with pupils that's like 3 years younger than me, and that's not a very like substantial age difference.
Sure.
But I was like, I said a very old Danish meme, which is basically you say "cool man, spa." It's basically from like a Danish reality show where a very weird guy says "cool man, spar."
Okay.
And they just looked at me or my students, sorry, looked at me and was like, "Dude, that meme is so old."
Yeah.
And I actually felt old for the first time. I'm only 20, but I feel like I'm practically dead at that point.
Welcome to the rest of your life.
Yeah, outdated memes and too old to even play games.
Smart. So there you go. The existential crisis of Deedless and the crisis of me. Don't go through two windows in front of somebody because they'll just shoot you in the face.
Hey man, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, well, I know that our audience is probably relatively young, for the most part, but let them know, you know, as much as Deedless has managed to...
Did you just call me old?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Ouch.
But I don't know if any of you young uns have had any experiences which have made you feel like you've lost your youth. You know, I kind of feel like it depends on who you hang out with. Like, I feel like if you, from being around my nieces and nephews, like, they're pretty young. So, like, they don't really have too much of a, they haven't at least gotten to the point now of just calling everybody old all the time. But I kind of feel like if you're dealing with sort of teenagers and things, like, it's a pretty tough time. Like, you're trying to establish your own identity, and I think that's part of that is just, like, wrecking other people for being different than you. So in this case is, being older is considered to be like, you know, a crime.
Oh man, Peter, you know what? My like the thing that I feel the most weird about is that 3 years ago I started in high school, right? Well, 4 years now. And back then, Instagram and Snapchat, it really wasn't that huge. But now I have to tell my pupils to put away their phone multiple times during one of our coaching sessions because they have to Snapchat someone. What's up with that?
Well, I mean, you could just be boring.
Well, that goes without saying.
I mean, I'm sure if Snapchat didn't exist, they'd find other ways to ignore you.
You know what, Peter? I don't think anyone finds like mentoring sessions where you talk about history. Very interesting.
What? History is like the most interesting subject in the world. I had some
or German, like German lessons.
Well, I mean,
that's horrifying.
Aren't you doing that because you want to?
If I do German lessons because I want to, no.
No, but I mean, like, don't people do German lessons because they want to learn German? They're not like forced to.
No. In Denmark, you're actually forced to. Okay, if you want to go to high school, you have to have another language. You have to have 3 languages in total: Danish, English, and then you can pick between Spanish, French, and German. And you don't have to have had German in your what do you guys call it? You call it upper secondary school, right?
It depends where you are, but I kind of get the idea, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to have, or you should. It is not necessary to have had German lessons ever to attend high school in Denmark, but a lot of people, they have had German lessons just to have like 3 years of German. But when that's said, German, I feel like it's pretty hard because the Danish educational system got changed a few years back, where my generation, that was like the old generation, we started having German lessons in 7th grade, and I got English lessons for the first time in 5th grade.
Okay.
Nowadays, people who start in public school, they get, I think it's English lessons at 1st grade, and then they get German lessons from 3rd grade. Something like that.
That's too many grades in one sentence. I'm completely lost.
Basically, you get language, or you are taught language at an earlier age.
Okay.
Which I think is a good thing, because I believe that even though you probably get more or you learn more mistakes earlier on because you have or you like start to develop those mistakes earlier on, and then it takes more for you to get rid of them. I still believe that just getting to talk German and English makes a huge difference for your learning capabilities.
Okay. I don't know what this.
It was a huge rant. It's a thing. I have a huge opinion on how to run the Danish educational system.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of it. Hey guys, how are you guys doing? Peter, Battle Royale, nice. You just died.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, like, you know that what you're doing is the wrong thing, but you can't help yourself, because when I watched this back on the stream feed, it's like, I knew that the second I didn't manage to kill that person, I should have just left, because I saw that they had an imp, and I was like, I can't move around fast enough that they won't just shoot me in the face. I need to kill them, like, here and now, or just leave.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that's tough to do in because like in a regular game of MT5, you probably wouldn't do that. You wouldn't just leave someone if you didn't think you could kill them. You would probably just still try to find a way to do them. But in Battle Royale, like you're much more incentivized to actually not do that, because it's, you know, you've only got one life, whereas, you know, you've got, say, 30, 40 people who all have, you know, which you potentially have to kill all of them. So you really only want to take fights where you're almost certain guaranteed to win. Anyway, let's get you guys back on stream once again. Let's do a free-for-all on rooftops. Why not? Hola a todos. How you guys doing? Cosimo on Facebook learned German in Germany. Lived there 15 years, learned French here in Quebec. Nice. Nice,
dude.
Wow, well, Cosimo's cool.
I believe that the more languages you can speak, the better. No, as long as you can speak them to like a proper level. And again, going back to the German education, or yeah, the Danish educational system, I honestly think that with me only having had 5 years in total of German, like I can speak a few simple sentences, but there's no way that I can ever string together a full-blown conversation simply because I haven't had the time to actually probably speak and learn German.
Yeah, well, I'd love to be able to speak some other languages, but it's one of those things that I think I've not had the direct motivation to do so.
And you haven't had like the incentive to do so because everyone speaks English.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally no reason for you to learn it.
Yes, it's definitely a blessing and a curse in terms of like it makes it easier because we don't have to learn the language. At the same time, the fact we have no real motivation to learn the language, it kind of I feel like it really sort of shrinks. I'd love to be able to visit another country and like fully interact in a different language. I think that'd be amazing.
Well, I think Peter, the language to learn in the future, obviously depending on where you are, would be, I guess it's Mandarin.
Yes, I'm
yes, yeah, that's probably that's the language to learn. Spanish is probably good as well, or Portuguese, because I believe in Brazil they speak Portuguese, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Apparently,
but yeah, but like you have India, you have Brazil, and China. That's pretty much like the countries to look for in the future in terms of trading.
Oh, well, fair enough. Alright guys, so we're going to let you loose on the free-for-all. Probably give you guys, well, until we get our next ESL match, we'll probably run a couple of free-for-alls here. So stay tuned guys, we will be back with ESL action in just a few minutes time. Alright guys, welcome back. Looks like this free-for-all is... Oh, it's going into overtime! I think there's only two people. There's BNM and DNN. No, DYN? Delian. I'm going to have a quick word and see if our... What's popping with...
What you gonna say? Ghostbusters!
I think that's how it goes. Hey, Chango Vilabia? Vilalba? Hope you're doing well. It's iOS, Mango, YouTube, MC5. We're on at the moment. But yes, we're just...
Yeah, we are just waiting for the teams to catch back up, guys, so that we can get the game underway. But, no, don't you guys worry. We're gonna be here as soon as possible. With another ESL match for now. Obviously, we have a lot of action on the stream. We have you guys showing up and showing us how to play MC5.
Yeah, BMM just... I don't know if they took a shot. I presume they must have gotten shot in the arm or something that they got taken down so low on that last exchange, but it does... That one kill will put them on top. I presume once time runs out, if they survive the experience, they will be crowned champion. Otherwise, we'll be here for the rest of our lives.
Well, Peter, there's no one I would rather spend the rest of my life with. I feel like at this point we're pretty good friends. I could live with having to spend my life with you.
Well, that's very flattering, but I'll honestly,
wow.
I wish I could say the same, but
wow.
I feel like I've got some better options. Sorry.
Ouch. Well, Peter, I feel hurt. I don't want to be your coach anymore. Screw you.
There you go, guys. The most dramatic breakup of all MC5. Live on stream! Let's see, so we've currently got... So Zodiacs family we saw before, they made it through to the semi-finals pretty swiftly. We're waiting on the results of three other quarterfinals, which is Olimpo versus Into the Wild, Unretired versus Grey Clan, and the two Japanese squads of Hopeless Life and Devil Heart currently going head to head. We're gonna try and get onto a battle royale and hopefully last for more than a few seconds. Because oh boy, our performance has not been top form so far today, and I'd like to say that a lot of that is down to the coaching staff.
Sure, counterfeit.
I'm glad you agree.
I don't think you can call me your coaching staff anymore, because you haven't learned anything from me. Not only are you rude and ungentlemanlike toward me, but you also never land at the bloody airport.
Well, you see, I have gone to the airport on more than one occasion, and I say there are the rare occasions where I spawn in a place which is close to the terminal, over here, where I can actually maybe get some stuff. Every other time I spawn anywhere else, it's been swiftly followed by me dying. Now, I'm assuming, Deedless, that I'm missing some kind of grand strategy you've got there, but what is it that I'm not doing when I spawn into the airport that it makes spawning into an airport a good idea when you can be shot from like 1,000 different angles?
It's just the best, dude. There's nothing to say about it, man. It's just the best.
Ah, that was some good target practice. I actually hit people. Ah.
It is just the best, mate. It's just so good. But you will never listen to me.
Ah, well that's good news. Alright, to the fort!
To the airport. Go to the airport.
No.
Go to the airport.
You're not my real dad. Alright, let's find ourselves a gun. Oh, my pack's okay. But it's no gun. Or is it? Ooh, a Bosk. I love it.
I am not your coach anymore. I quit.
Okay.
Again. I quit again.
You quit twice?
Yeah.
Does that mean you came back again?
I think I've quit more times on these broadcasts than I've actually been your coach.
I don't think that makes sense.
Well, it makes sense in my head. But then again, it's my head, and my head is delusional. Nice. I like how you ignored me. Now I definitely feel delusional. Hey! Hey, boy! Peter, shoot him! Aim down his head. Oh, Senior Chief Warrant Officer. Congratulations, Peter. Who can do it? You can do it! Hey! Hey!
Jeez.
What's happening? Peter, why are you doing this?
Why do what?
Why are you killing so many people? That's not cool, man. They have families too. And you're just like shooting them down. It's not cool, bro. Me no likey.
Wow. That was extremely off-putting. Alright, well, we're going to try it one more time. So I went a bit better that time round. I think it was the lack of coaching that really did it for me. Mango, I think Ridu has been pretty busy recently. I think they're trying to get in some more staff to help him out. But yes, I think he's going to be a little tricky to get hold of until they do. So apologies on his behalf. Alright. What do you mean?
What?
Ooh-ah?
What?
Thank you for that.
Hurrah.
Oh dear.
Wait, oh dear, what? No?
Rob Schneider?
Excuse me, what now?
I just really want to Cosmo's comments on Facebook. I don't know why he said Rob Schneider, but oh man, he's a strange guy.
Wait, who said what? Who said Rob Schneider?
Cosmo, I just told you.
Who's Cosmo?
You don't know Cosmo?
No.
He's the guy who speaks French and German.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He's also a long-time friend of the stream.
Gotcha. I got it.
He's been around for donkey's years.
Yeah. Got you.
Incidentally, oh interesting. Get some interesting lighting on these cars. This is actually the first time I think the MT5 has had cars on a multiplayer map, at least.
Do you think so?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time now, would it? Get shut down, boy! Well, Peter, I believe you're doing your best, even though you are not very nice towards me.
That's right. Get wrecked. Hoorah. Ooh, someone else to shoot. Man, it took a lot of shots to take him out. Jeez. Did I ever mention that apparently I'm amazing at video games?
Well, you tend to mention it whenever things are going well for you, but man, do you really think things are going well for you right now?
Sure.
Okay, well, I'm happy to entertain you for that idea.
Good thing that person just didn't have nearly any stuff. Otherwise, they might have killed us. Wait, no one's actually set up the beacon here.
Well, then you set it off, Peter. Do it. You want to. You realize you want to, Peter. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Show me how to do it.
Well,
Show
it's
me how to do it.
one simple step. You go up, you plonk it, doink, and then you're done. Fortunately, I don't think the beacon really actually makes it obvious you set it off. Unless you're really paying attention.
You really have to look at you have to look at the minimap in order to realize where it went off.
Yeah, it probably should be more obvious than that.
Yeah. I don't like that weapon. I really don't. It doesn't deal enough damage. And it just feels like its clip is emptied too fast. It should have a bigger clip because it doesn't deal enough damage.
Yeah, it's not a great gun, honestly. I think, well, to be fair, I think I have seen people using it in ESL. So it's not like completely useless, but it's, as far as like something which you have to take an actual specific risk to get. Yeah, I mean, at one point the crates were like ludicrously over the top in terms of what they gave you, and now it's kind of the opposite case where they're just probably not quite good enough to bother with.
See, if I was the game designer of Battle Royale right now, I would take the approach that another very popular Battle Royale has taken. I would just fill it up with a tier 3 armor and probably an accessory or two.
Well, it used to have that in it, but they took it down because it basically meant that you didn't need to do any looting at all for the rest of the game.
Well, then I feel like people should just be better at punishing you for activating the beacon.
Well, I think... Oh, yes. Thank you, Danielle. I didn't realise that, actually. I'd forgotten to change that in 2 places. My bad. That has been updated. Right. But yeah, like, I don't know. Tier 3 armor's really, really good. I think I'd rather have a more interesting weapon than just, like, a really, really good weapon or really good armor. Like, in terms of something which you just, I'd like the idea of it giving you a unique weapon. I mean, certainly in other Battle Royale games, it tends to be, like, just the best weapons.
Yeah.
Which is okay, but, like, it tends to be a lot more hotly contested, whereas...
But, well, to be fair, then you also have to look at how the care packages work in Battle Royale here in MC5, because in other Battle Royales, the care packages are dynamic. They spawn on different places on the map. In MC5, they always spawn at the same spot. So you kind of can't fill it up with too much good stuff, because it's not going to be as heavily contested, because there's only 2 to 3 towers on the map. So if you spawn far away from that care package, you're not going to be able to contest it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think probably what it would primarily need is that when someone calls it in, like, maybe it's got, like, better stuff in it, but when it gets called in, it has a much more obvious shout-out. Because at the moment, it's just, like, it doesn't have one at all, really. Which I feel like negates the entire point of having that kind of system in it, which is supposed to attract people to it. Whereas at the moment, because the gun's not good enough, and everything else you get from there is really not worth it either. It's basically almost like an unused mechanic. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, there's the update coming in around a week or so, hopefully, which is going to be just kind of covering is a general Battle Royale update. So we'll see what they do there. They might change up some systems and stuff, hopefully.
Well, one can only cross their fingers kind of fit.
Well, you could cross your toes.
I'm not sure I'm able to do that, mate.
Were you born without crossable toes?
No, I was just born without toes.
I know. Oh man, that's too bad. It must make it hard to pick up things with your non-toes.
Man.
Gaming Simon, yes, somebody told him 1 hour ago. I did change. I realised that I got a little confused. I think when I was setting up the stream, there's a couple of different places where I need to change the tournament title, and I done neither of them. So I changed one of them, assuming that I had actually changed the other. But as it turned out, I had done neither. So thank you guys for letting me know. Should be all okay now. Anyway,
Peter, you can't imagine how hard my life has been without toes.
I thought you said toast.
No. Well, that as well, but primarily toes.
Oh gosh. So that was a rookie mistake on our part, which was to...
Hey, your part.
It was to throw a grenade when reloading, because that resets your reloading animation entirely. And so, yeah, that killed us effectively. Alright, let's get you guys back onto stream once again. Where we gonna go, dealers?
Let's do a capture the flag on the good old canals.
Alright guys, ESL 1, 2, 3, all the global chat invite, all of those will get you into the game, assuming I can type out the key correctly. Let's just get everything back to where we expect it to be. So tier 7 and below weapons, tier 3 and below armor. No fast spawn, because otherwise we'll never get any flags captured. So, one and all, come and witness. Come and see. Capture the flag on the canals.
Come see, come so.
Will you join Team Deedless? Will you join Team Counterfeit? I feel like this should really be implemented into the game in an official fashion.
You know what, Counterfeit? I like that you are on the red side, because I feel like your face looks way Sithier. You look more like a Sith than me. I look like a Jedi.
You're thinking it's a light side, dark side kind of situation we got going on here. I kind of like it.
Yeah, well, I think... So, Peter, entertain me with this. If you were a Sith, what would your Sith name be?
Oh, you mean Darth something?
Yeah.
Well, the immediate name that jumps to mind is Darth Sandwich.
Why?
I don't know, but that's what just popped into my head.
Oh, I think we have we have a match coming up. Okay, we don't have a password, but we're gonna have a match coming up soon, guys. It is going to be Devil Heart against Zodiacs family. So if you want to play, it is time to join up now, so we can get the match on the way before we have to leave for official ESL business.
Well, we're always getting called away on business. This will be our first semi-final coming up. There's a good chance we might catch the other semi-final afterwards, which will be between Great Clan and the winner of Olympo and Into the Wild, which I believe is a movie. I can't remember.
It is.
Is that the one about the guy who lives in a bus?
No. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. He ends up living in a bus. Yes.
Yeah. I remember. It's a good movie.
It really is, and it's based on a true story, guys.
Yeah.
I saw it in philosophy for the second time.
Yeah.
We had a course on existentialism, and then we watched Into the Wild to figure out how he was running away from life.
Yeah, man. And also Vince Vaughn in one of his more serious roles. So there you go. It's multiple reasons to watch. So it looks like more people prefer the dark side. Dillian and Salvatore YouTube. Welcome to the red team. Vol Sheriff, oh boy, we got some interesting folks dropping by the stream today. See, Vol Sheriff, he's a fan of my guitar playing, so I'll just bang my guitar around because my desk is kind of shoved into the corner of the room.
Peter, since you pretend to be able to play the guitar, Can you
Yes,
play?
Diddlers.
Can you play Wonderwall? Because I think that's something that all wannabe guitar players can play.
That's a good question. I'll have to, let's see. Wonder Woman? Wonderwall chords. Let's see. Alright, I'll tell you what. The practice during the break. So you guys play, and then we'll, for the start of the next custom game, we'll do a little bit of Wonderwall. Let's see. Okay, it's got one chord which I'm not really familiar with. Interesting, interesting. Alright, we'll catch you guys in a few minutes' time. Enjoy this capture the flag on the canals, and we'll be back with you with hopefully a next ESL match in just a few minutes' time. Welcome back to the semi-final. Zodiacs family facing off against Devil Heart.
So the X family, they have been looking hot here in today's competition, and they want to continue this now. Obviously, they have maybe cooled down a bit because they haven't played for, I think it's been around an hour, kind of fit. But Devil Heart, they're coming in hot. They just won their quarterfinal, and now here in this semi-final, they want to go all the way.
Yeah, Devil Heart beating out Frankenstein Esports Beta, and Hope is Life to make it to this point. So both teams have had quite a journey so far. What lies at the end of this particular semi-final, of course, is the grand finals itself. This being a blue cup, we're looking at $100 on the line for whichever team comes out ahead. But the semi-finals, of course, the last stop before that grand finals.
Of course, but here we are going to start out here on this map. And kind of the next map that we're going to go to, it will be Vantage after Scramble, of course. Zodiacs family for now, even against Devil Heart. Could want to look to just close everything out on Vantage. Zodiacs family, with them being so strong here in today's competition, they wouldn't want to take more than 2 maps to kill Devil Heart.
MIT is currently carrying the load for Zodiac's family, 5-0 so far. An astounding performance, and picks up yet another kill. Now the rest of the Zodiac's family definitely not keeping up with that kind of level, but over on the other side the closest equivalent is TB, as Judge takes 2 kills in a row. Devil Heart, this is our first time seeing them this tournament. They are one of the teams from Japan, beating out their country folk in the previous round. I think they're actually going to be potentially, depending on the result of our other quarterfinal, Devil Heart could be the last Japanese team in the tournament as well.
They certainly could, and they would want to represent Japan in the grand final, but they have to get through Zodiacs family for now. And Zodiacs family, they are sticking together like a family. They're not giving Devil Heart a single chance. For now, looking hot and heavy. With 4 minutes and 28 seconds left to go with a 4-kill lead, Devil Heart, they are in quite a pickle.
I have never seen someone do this before. The MIT is throwing grenades through the side of Hangar 1 because the windows are actually open there, and I'd never noticed that before. Man, it's crazy. Like, you know, the amount of time we've been seeing these same maps and things in competitive play, that there are still things that players do that can surprise. I don't know how well it worked, but it was pretty neat that it happened.
It certainly is cool to see these teams pull something new out of the hat, and they do it right here, Counterfeit. It certainly did somewhat work out, but for now, Zodiacs family and Devil Heart still very, very close, and it feels like we are just going to come down to the very last second between these two teams.
So, John Cusack, lovely to see you in the chat. Talking about when one player is carrying the kill, the team is taking enemy shots, which is fair enough. Like, it's kind of a bit of a strange sort of maths to try and work out. Because if you've got one player who's doing really well, but the rest of the team is doing poorly, then presumably you're enabling, you know, say in a given situation, if you've got one really good player and a bunch of like average to poorly performing players, then presumably if your 4 poorly performing players are enabling 4 of their team to do well, versus your one player who's got to then do.
Damn, this is complicated, Counterfeit. I don't think anyone is following you anymore.
Algebra of violence.
Dude, it feels like more. It feels more like rocket science.
Well, that's what they say, Dealers. Rocket science. It's not rocket science, or is it? Zodiacs family in the lead. Would love to take a first game victory. The Colombian team Zodiacs have been doing pretty darn well for themselves. I'll have a quick check into Devil Heart actually and see. The name looks a little bit familiar, but I don't seem to recall them being up at the top. Okay, no, I tell a lie. They've, at least going by their team listing, this is the first tournament they've played in. Headed up by Iluk, who is their team captain. A 7-7 so far, but actually, yeah, it's going to be the best performing member of the team. They certainly haven't had a standout player. That is Devil Heart so far.
But now Devil Heart falling so very far behind here against Zodiac's family, Counterfeit. And Zodiac's family looking like a goddamn freight train with the way that they are just hammering through Devil Heart here towards the late game of this MC5 battle. 1 minute, 35 seconds left to go. And Devil Heart behind by 6 kills.
I do like we're seeing TV bringing out the Calm 4. That rocket launcher, which was really retired in favour of the Slack quite some time ago. I think does have maybe a little bit more range than the Slack, but I don't know if any of you guys can say if I'm missing something here, but my understanding is that the Calm 4, yeah, you only really get that one shot with it. I think the Alex Diamond, you don't sleep. Oh boy, it's 2 in the morning for me, but you're going to feel bad for Dealers. It's much later for him. It's an extra hour on top of that.
Hey.
I can't remember what I was even saying. I don't know. But one way or the other, MIT is a god, and that's all that really counts, because they are carrying nearly half the team's kills on their shoulders. And apparently, the rest of the Zodiacs family, you know, they're doing well enough to not negate MIT's honestly astounding performance.
Zodiacs.
Sorry, I kind of feel like this almost proves my point. Look how close the scores are between the two teams. You know, it's only we've got MIT with 21 kills, but yet the difference between the two teams is only 7. So I think what John Cusack was saying does hold some weight. You know, while you've got that one incredibly well-performing player, if the rest of the team can't keep up, it's not as much of an advantage as you might otherwise expect.
Yep, that's a fair point, Counterfeit, but MIT showing here that he is simply just miles ahead of everyone that doubts him. And 22 kills for him. That is quite a kill lead and a kill score to talk home about. I am pretty sure that he is more than happy with his performance here in this game.
Alright guys, we're headed to break. Zodiacs family and Devil Heart will clash once more, at least. But when we come back from break, our semi-final will continue. We shall see, will Zodiacs family head to the finals with a 2-0, or will Devil Heart come back and prove themselves as a squad? We'll find out in a few minutes' time. Welcome back one and all. Zodiacs family versus Devil Heart continues. Our second semi-final game heads to Vantage as Zodiacs family one step away from the finals, but the Devil's in the details.
Now, for Zodiac's family, they took it at a steal against Devil Heart here in game number 1. Devil Heart kept even and a bit ahead of Zodiac's family for a very long time, but then towards the late game, Zodiac's family, they showed up, and it was very much off the back of MIT. 22 kills, that's nearly 50% of the kills in one MC5 battle.
But as we said, to play the Devil's advocate, MIT can perform incredibly, but they can get hit in the face with a grenade and killed along with their teammate by Judge. Devil Heart driven in this second game to try and keep MIT off the map for as long as possible. Of course, that respawn time is going to be short, but MIT actually sticking a little bit to the shadows in this game could cost Zodiac's family if they can't rely on that ludicrously high score in game number 2, then it will need to come from elsewhere.
It certainly will. Now, MIT, finding a kill right there. Puts another one to his name. He's currently just rocking 2 kills. That's not too much, but then again, it is quite a lot when you then look at how many kills Zodiac's family they have overall.
You can see the gears turning for Devil Heart here. They're trying to figure out, is it worthwhile trying to kill MIT? I kind of feel like the answer is no. It's not worthwhile. In fact, they should probably just avoid them as much as possible. Because you get the same amount of points for killing MIT as you do for killing anybody else on the Zodiac's family squad. Incidentally, which I feel like is maybe something that First Person Shooters should change. There's the chances of actually taking down MIT when you go after them seem like they're really freaking low. Whereas, some of these other members, like Veterans here, taking a couple of deaths already, as is Elvis, Dumbo, and Critical, haven't even got any kills so far. If you can find those members and go after them, suddenly you're in a much better position.
It is always the best idea to just go for the members that are struggling a bit, because they tilt easier. And for the guys who aren't aware what tilt means, it means that they tunnel vision into having an idea about how them making possibly big plays, about them having to be the hero, about them making questionable plays. And you want to hit on them because they are more fragile, and that could possibly lead to more kills. Zodiac's family, finding 2 kills, pulls themselves ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the kind of thing I'm talking about here is, you see MIT in the distance, you just turn around. You're like, nope, just not gonna do it. Like, because most of the time if you go up against MIT in a sniper battle, you're gonna lose. So, you see the enemy there, you're just like, nope, just literally just turn around and go somewhere else. But unfortunately for Devil Heart, MIT seems to be coming to them. It's just roaming around. I don't know if that's a grenade from a friendly enemy. I think it's going to be a friendly one. Now has found the rest of the Devil Heart on the stairs. Does actually get put out of commission as the team come charging up. But finally, Elvis and the rest of the team start to pick up a little bit of the slack for the family, with the halfway mark already reached.
Well, Elvis, 3 kills right here. You know what, kind of it. He's saying a little less conversation, a little bit more action, please. He is very hot and heavy right here and looking to add even more kills to his name. However, he will lose that duel here between Devil Heart and him. But he comes back amazingly with the rest of his team members. Dumbo and another one finding 2 kills there. So the family with a lead of 3 kills overall. Looking like a team that could very well go into the grand final without even reaching 50 kills, but simply just being able to trade more efficiently.
2 minutes 30 left in play. Zodiacs in the lead. They've already got that one game in hand, but Devil Heart, certainly in this game, as we perhaps worried for the Zodiac family team, MIT has not found those same heights of success they found in the last game. Veterans has stepped up for the Zodiac's family, but as of yet, not hitting those double digits. Time is running out, and Devil Heart are so perilously close. TB grabs one and there's a second. Zodiac's family, they could drop out this game if they don't manage to clean up these last 2 minutes.
Well, Zodiac's family, now is not the time to give overkills. Now is the time to be consistent and trade 1 for 1, 1 for 2, 1 for 3. You just always need to make it a positive for you, because you have 1 kill in the lead. You're pulling away now. You want to keep that lead, and you don't want to give Devil Heart a chance at making their comeback, because time is running out, and the more kills you have in the lead, the more secure you are in terms of getting to the grand final.
It feels, if anything, like the Zodiac's family are being overly cautious with Devil Heart here. Because, at this point, with the time almost running out, Devil Heart, all they need to do is, snipe off a couple of kills. Suddenly, they're the ones in the lead. And it's, I don't know, this is the kind of decision-making that comes up at this point in the competition. It's like, do you try and protect a very, very small lead with all of your might? Or do you try and play more risky and build up a bigger lead that's more worth protecting?
That is definitely a good question, kind of fit. And for Zodiac's family, they say, just build up a bigger lead, guys. We can deal with 3 kills in the lead. And that is how they're playing right now. They're taking the aggression to Devil Heart, but it might have backfired right there. However, Elvis comes in, finds some kills, and Zodiac's family, they just trade 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, but then end up with Jumbo picking up the slack and giving Zodiac's family a 4-kill lead. Devil Heart so very far behind. They're falling apart, and Zodiac's family, they're gonna move into the grand final.
It's looking like it lets Devil Heart make a last second push through. I don't think there's enough time left. And no, Zodiac family with a 2-0 performance. They have booked their place in the grand finals. Extremely well done, but a lot closer, I suspect, than they would have liked.
A bit too close for their liking, but nonetheless, Zodiac's family, as we said from the very first series that we watched them in here today, looking like the clear favorites. I must say, with Frankenstein going out and Grey Clan being the only OG team left, Zodiac's family, they stand a pretty good chance in the grand final as long as they can continue to play together as a team and possibly have a star performance from Elvis or MIT like we've seen in the past as well.
So guys, while we wait for our grand final to be in, or possibly even our second semi-final, let's see, so just letting Danny W know what's going on. Zodiacs with a 2 and a 0. So going from our bracket, it looks like our other semi-final hasn't started as yet, which means we've probably got a delay on that last quarterfinal. So chances are we will be seeing the Great Clan versus Into the Wild or Olimpo. Until we get to that point, we'd love to have you guys on stream. So ESL 1, 2, 3, just setting up the game now, as you can see. And then we'll keep this running until we have our next ESL game. Shabazoom!
Shazam? Shazam!
So John Cusack is of the opinion that if you have a small lead, you wait for the enemy push.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, it's... I feel like this is one of those things where you definitely, you know, there's not really a wrong answer, but just, you know, what you're tending to, like, if I was going to just argue the opposite position, I would say that I think it depends what you mean by a small lead, really, because if it's, I feel like if it's 1 or 2 points, it's so easy to lose a fight and have, you know, if the enemy win out a fight convincingly, at that point, they're the ones in the lead and you've kind of run down the clock and everything. Whereas I feel like if you, personally speaking, I prefer a team which I was on to be aggressively trading until you got a substantial lead and then fall back and like bleed the enemy for it. But I feel like it's generally very, very risky to gamble that a small lead will remain, you know, is enough to carry you to the end of the game. I don't know. What's your opinion?
I can see what you're saying, but I also believe that if you have a small lead and you're coming down to the very last minute and it's about getting the kills, I would probably advise, if I was a coach for some players, I would advise them to go for the risky play, because you might as well try and do something that your opponents aren't expecting you to do. And going for an aggressive play would certainly be that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it probably is quite dependent on where in the game you are as well, for sure. Like, you know, if it's right at the end, then I feel like if you go for aggressive trading, you're kind of just leaving it as much up to the coin flip as if you had tried to stay on your small lead anyway. I feel like probably the earlier in the game it is, the more risky you can play. Just because, you know, if you start to get behind, you've then got a chance to recover, whereas if you fall behind near the end of the game, there's a decent chance you'll just run out of time entirely and you'll never get the chance to come back again. John Kuzak saying, in that position, they either push or lose without push. I mean, yeah, if you're behind, then yeah, absolutely. Like, though I suppose that introduces the further argument. If you're behind, do you go for your last second push at the last second, or do you try multiple times and risk falling further behind?
I would say multiple times. I think you always want to have a lifeline to work with. But I would also argue that, or one of my arguments would also be that since you are behind, you also have to be aware of your opponents having the defender's advantage because they're most likely pulling back. So you have to have multiple tries because your opponent will be in a position to stop you no matter what.
Well, John had a good expansion on that idea. We're talking about, it's map dependent, and whether or not you've got places that have you got choke points or easily defensible points. So I guess streets would be the most obvious example, where you can literally go to the far, I think it's the western side, where that's a very traditional hiding point. But yes, going to choose that. I do feel like it's a shame that we don't really have Rush anymore, because I think Rush certainly emulated similar to, like, tactical titles like Counter-Strike, which it's more based on sort of very tactical play rather than action style. Honestly, I don't know if MC5 is built in that way to really allow for more tactical players, given that its kind of DNA comes from more action-oriented games, but I don't know, guys. Let us know what you think in the chat. We're going to throw out one more invite, then we'll get this free-for-all started because we don't want to overrun with our ESL match. We'll catch you guys in a few minutes' time. Hopefully, we can get some interesting insights from y'all about what you think this game should be. See you in a few minutes! Alright guys, thank you for your performance, but now it's time for me to take center stage. That's right, it's Battle Royale time.
Yay!
Yay, indeed. Is there anything from the Royale shop we can pick up?
Well, oh wait, you actually have a lot of money, Peter. How about you buy yourself a new face?
Oh man. Harsh! Harsh!
I don't think it's harsh, I think it's the truth. Why are you laughing? It is true, my dude.
True. So, if you guys would like to come and join, no, ESL 123. This, at some point, we should have a, we should have the ability to bring people into a sort of custom game of Battle Royale, but we'll have to see what comes from the next patch. So, as we said, it should be coming pretty darn soon. So, I'm really looking forward to that. If everything goes to plan, there should be also some new spectator features coming in. Though they were delayed a little last time around, so we'll see. If it does come in, it's going to make the stream a lot better. So, also, they're based on ideas that I had. That's right, Ma. I've made it. I'm a UI designer.
Hey, we had the ideas together, mate.
Did we?
Well, some of them.
I can't remember.
Well, that's because you're older than me.
I do not remember that happening. Maybe I could believe it. I could certainly believe it could happen.
Well, I think we've talked a lot about UIs for Battle Royales together.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. So there's I don't think the UI for Battle Royale is coming next one, but yes, that's definitely is something we have talked about. This is more of a general spectator UI.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So we'll have to see, because I haven't actually seen it in action as yet, so I don't want to say what's on it in case one of those, in case not all of it is actually implemented, because I guess I'm not actually a UI designer. I really just came up with the concept, so I don't know if there's like a lesser term like UI conception.
Well, Peter, you are what, like an amateur designer in your own head.
Well, sometimes I'm an amateur designer in other people's heads.
Nice.
That's right, I'm an amateur brain surgeon. Maybe. I'm an amateur brain surgeon with the Bosch. Come and get brain surgerized, why don't ya? Hey.
Well, Peter, I would prefer if you didn't do any brain surgery.
Hey man, you trying to quash my creativity.
Actually, I have a fun fact for you. I'm not sure if you're aware, but I'm afraid of hospitals.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Did you have a bad experience in hospital?
Yeah, I was in a car accident a few years back. Woke up in the hospital, had no idea what happened.
Oh,
and I can't remember anything. I can't remember anything for like 2 weeks within that period.
Man, that's pretty intense.
Yeah. And that is why I don't like hospitals. Okay. I'm also afraid of riding a bicycle because of the same accident.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have friends with weird fears as well. I have a friend who's afraid of guinea pigs.
That's a very specific fear.
Yes.
So
See,
not like just afraid of animals in general, but is it all small rodent-y kind of creatures, or?
As far as I know, it's just guinea pigs. Well, I'm afraid of dogs, so I guess it kind of evens out.
I mean, it seems like it's much more practical to have a very strongly negative experience with a dog compared to a guinea pig, which is just, I mean, they don't really do anything.
They really don't. See, I've had a guinea pig. It was lazy. as all hell.
I mean, if I was a guinea pig, I would be.
Yeah, I see, Peter. I'm a big rodent guy. I actually really want to have a rodent. When I move out and I move into my own apartment, probably not gonna get one immediately because I have to move out and then figure out how much money I have to work with every month. But right now I have a hamster. I would love to have guinea pigs in the future, and possibly even a rat.
Oh man, rats are pretty awesome. Like, I think that they are, from what I've seen, a friend of mine had them, and they are very, very cool, but they have very short lifespans. So, it's
Yeah, and that is what like keeps. Oh wait, Peter, run, shoot, duck and hide, dip, up, dodge, duck, dodge, dip, whatever, all that shit, Sam. But yeah, like rats have a very low lifespan. It's around 2 years. It's about the same as a hamster. Which is probably like my least favorite thing about them because they have a lot of personality. At least I've been told. I've never met a rat in real life before. But I've just been told that they have a lot of personality, and it kind of sucks losing a hamster already after 2 years. So I couldn't imagine losing a rat with even more personality than a hamster.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's one of those things that they're actually really, really smart as well. So, like,
yeah,
I can understand people not wanting to get into that because, it feels like you are setting yourself up for some fairly serious emotional trauma there. But at the same time, they are pretty cool.
See, I'm fairly good friends with a certain League of Legends content creator.
Oh yeah,
and I know he has 2 rats. I'm not sure if he has anyone anymore, I'm not sure he has rats anymore. I know he used to have, but then both of them got sick, and he got like in a very close span of time. So he might not have them anymore because that was a huge strain on his life, having 2 rats turn sick immediately after one another. Yeah, well, that kind of happens.
yeah. I know it's extremely hard to have a pet fall ill, especially when it's going to happen in such a short span of time as well. Because you kind of get. I don't know. Well, maybe some of you guys in chat can weigh in this as well. Like, is it better to have a pet for a longer time and thus be more, like, have more time to get attached to them, or I think maybe it depends on personality type. Maybe it just depends on how attached you get to pets in general, as to whether or not that's a viable option for you. Because I think if you're a person who can kind of like get less emotionally invested, then it's going to be less. I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Well, you don't know a lot of things, Confit.
The things I don't know could fill a book. A short book.
Well, probably a very long book.
I know, it's one of those things that kind of like, it sounds like it makes sense, but you're like, wait a second.
Longer than Dune. Dune is a goddamn long book, man. I'm currently in the process of reading it, and... Oh, dude, there's a guy in front of you. Guy in front of you. Left, there, shoot him. Nice. You have an imp, mate.
Yeah, but I've also got a bosk.
You are drunk, mate.
I've actually got enough stuff that I don't really need this, but never mind. Alright, gotta go fast. We're in the final 2, and we've got no armor.
I love when you go fast, mate. Come on, you can do it, Peter.
No.
I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Do it.
Do it.
Finish him off.
Let's see. So the zone they could potentially be in is quite small, but I think they might be doing what I'm doing, which is just hanging around outside the zone. We've got a lot of... I think we could probably wait till that thing gets a bit smaller. Because at the moment it's too big of an area and I'm not really sure where they could be in like quite a large area. I think I'll stick to these houses up here. The thing is, at this kind of point, I'm really just waiting to come across them in somewhere really weird. I was like, is that them?
Well,
so let's see. What have we got here? We've got a big warehouse, so they could just be in. If they're inside, they could just be in that warehouse.
yeah.
I kind of want it. Really, I want the circle to close somewhere where is in the open. Oh. Well, there we go.
They had the high ground.
Yep, that's true. That was a big mistake. So I guess I should have trusted the first instinct, which was it seemed like they were probably outside the circle as well. Oh well. So yeah, I guess running through open hillside wasn't probably the most sensible of moves. Alright, let's get you guys back onto stream again with a team battle where it's gonna be...
Give me... construction site.
Alright. ESL 1, 2, 3. If you want to come and join us live on stream, or find yourself near a berth in a new team. Ahem.
Home?
Will you join Team Blue or Team Red? Oh wait, I was gonna do
Team Jedi or Team Sith?
Well, you know, we're using the non-copyrighted terms.
Team Sidorino or Jedorino?
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So okay.
I thought of it myself.
Oh, this site actually plays the chord for you. I think. Oh wait, I just accidentally pressed it. So the first chord is E. Oh,
Could you play Wonderwall?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, nice. Well, keep it up.
Oh, I see. Literally, it's a 4-chord song.
Okay.
And that one is A sustained 4. Ooh, Jesus, that's terrible.
Okay,
right.
then I can rap. Yo, his palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti.
I mean, is 8 Mile done to Wonderwall?
Sure.
I feel like my guitar's out of tune.
It's not called 8 Mile though. It's called Lose Yourself, mate. Well,
oh, well.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
I just need to tune my guitar in because I think it's gonna out of tune. Or that chord is wrong because that sounds really weird. So, yes, would you mind singing me an E note? My guitar's not making the sound of a dying goat. There must be something wrong with it.
See, man, I'm not musical at all. I honestly, I've never learned to play an instrument. But hey, I can make you a short film if you want to.
Hmm?
Yeah, I've had media studies. I know how to make short films. I made 5 short films throughout my high school.
Huh.
2 of them being horror movies. My passion is horror movies. I love horror movies.
I did not know that.
Wait, you did? I've discussed Hereditary with you, mate.
Heard it. Oh, that's true. But I've never heard that you made horror movies.
Well, I've made horror movies primarily because I had a bad group, and I was like, well, horror movies is an easy to go to kind of movie to make. So yeah, I've made horror movies. Actually, I can share them with you, man.
Oh boy. Well, I don't know if they're really suitable for stream, but
well, you can watch them off stream.
Are they terrifying displays of the human nature?
No. Well, one of them actually is. One of them has like a plot twist, but I'm not sure you can understand it since it's in Danish.
Did you not subtitle it for the hearing impaired?
I did not.
What a monster! So I feel like that's the real twist. Is the real monster here was Deedless.
Hey man, I'm not a monster, you're a monster.
I feel like your argumentative style needs a bit of work.
You know what, dude? You need a bit of work. Come at me, bro. I will punch you. I will fight you.
Gosh.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm
a feisty Dane.
Okay, so I have successfully tuned my guitar back in, so let's see if we can find if that chord works. So, it's on the D string, so it's the third string along, it's the second fret in, and then one string up, and is it just one along? I think it's just one along, okay, I think I was probably just playing it wrong. So apparently, this chord. Oh yeah, that's gonna sound about right. So it goes, I'm just going to use player names.
Can you sing while you're doing it?
Well, I can't sing the song because it's a copyrighted song, but I can make it into a different song.
Nice.
So, Deedless is going to fall out of his car and probably roll.
It sounds nothing like Wonderwall.
What? These are the right chords, it does. It's just not being played in the rhythm, because I can't play rhythm, I can only just play random single chords. Look, I'm self-taught, what do you want from me?
Hey man, Johnny Cash was self-taught as well, and he sounded good. Not like you trash. Bob Dylan was self-taught as well.
What? I think you're just making stuff up now.
No, I'm pretty... Man, I've seen the Bob Dylan movie. According to that, he was self-taught.
Well, he's also Bob Dylan, so I feel like...
Yes, and you're Peter Hartnell.
So I feel like I don't have to live up to that standard.
Are you telling me that you're not a country god like Bob Dylan?
I'm not gonna dignify that with an answer. So guys, enjoy the game. We'll be back on the other side. Maybe only one of us will be back on the other side. We'll have to see how the break goes and who gets broken during the break. We'll see you guys in a few minutes' time. Alright guys, welcome back. We're going to quickly knock out a Battle Royale. I think our Grand Finals is going to be only a few more moments away. So guys, we're going to see how quickly we can get killed in the Battle Royale. We've been doing alright. I feel like that last one was a good exercise. So, dealers, this is how I'm trying to live my life, which is that you focus on the lessons learned, not on the results. Because I kind of feel like if we just won that last Battle Royale because the other person was a dummy, then we wouldn't have learned anything. Whereas, I feel like by having them play out sensibly and beat us because of it, that's really the best possible outcome. Because they've taught us something new, which we can then apply to future games. Whereas, if we just beat people, then we're not, generally speaking, we have no real incentive to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
I can follow that idea.
So I think in that case we probably were better off. I think what they did, which is probably what we should have done, which is to stick around the outside, or because we saw that the circle was going to the interior, like just approach the final place from a blind spot, and then just run it like a lunatic. But I think going not going around the extremes of the outside for it, or going straight into the interior. I feel like that halfway part was probably the most risky, because anyone who was on the outside would, as they did have, clear line on us.
Yeah, I can follow that idea. I'm sold.
Well, could you, if you're sold, could you go buy me a decent close range weapon?
It's not fair. It's not true. I did not do it. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
We truly are masters of turning references into something more than just repeating catchphrases.
Hey, man, you started.
Well,
anyway, shoot him with that. Dude, you're literally standing like 1 meter away from the guy with a shotgun, and you're not able to land his shots. That's pretty embarrassing.
I'm embarrassed and pretty.
Are you sure about that?
That's right, I turn back your cruel words on yourself. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Alright, so we've got a decent sniper, we've got a decent rifle, they're in a good spot. I guess the main thing we're missing is armor. But default's pretty good for armor, it kind of has armor just lying around everywhere. I think these places here oftentimes tend to have it. The entrances and exits as well sometimes just have armor lying in them. I think that's slightly better than we've got. No, we really need to go up and knife someone who's got good armor, that's the ideal. Oh, that's going to be lazy with the speed boost.
See, if there's one thing I've learned from Rambo, then it is that explosives and having a knife is always the way forward.
So
and trust me, I watched every Rambo movie.
Oh man, it's a good thing they had a terrible weapon, otherwise we would have been toast. They had very good armor.
To be fair, you are using a terrible weapon, Peter.
You take that back, sir.
Dude, you could have picked up a Bosk and you left it for a red. That is like
the best idea ever. I agree.
The definition of insanity.
What version of the psychological manual are you subscribing to, sir?
Well, the right one. Of course.
Well, I don't want to live in the world without my boy, the Red. Did I ever mention it's my hero? It's everything that a rifle should be.
And now we have a pass key.
No! Me and you, Red. We're going out with a bang. Alright, there we go. Final clip. I'm done. Alright, so guys, hold fire for a second. We will be back with our ground files. Let's do a quick client restart to try and correct some sound issues that are going on there. But we'll be back in just a couple of minutes' time with the beginning of our grand finals. Welcome back, one and all. Our grand final is here. Great Clan versus Zodiacs family. Best of 5 action starts here and now on the construction site.
Will it be grand? I'm sure it will be kind of fair now. Zodiacs family versus Great Clan. The matchup that we have all been looking forward to, and especially Zodiacs family. They have looked hot here tonight, but right here, they need to be on fire to take down Great Clan, one of the OG teams in the MC5 competition.
Yeah, a fantastic grand final. Just what we'd hoped for. Zodiac's family has certainly performed above expectations. But this will be their first tournament win in as long as we've got records. Which admittedly isn't that long, but still.
Well, right now, Zodiac's family not off to a very good start at all, kind of fit. Behind 4 kills within the first minute and a half. And Great Clan, right now, a lot of kills being on the back of a Draken. 4 kills, that is around 40% of their kills. So Great Clan looking very, very strong. Now ahead by double the amount of kills against Zodiac's family.
I do appreciate Dragon leaning into their own gimmick with the scaled effect on their Cog B. And it's working out pretty well so far. Great Dragon is spitting fire on to the construction site. Man, this is turning out to be extremely one-sided so far, at least. Dragon's been doing well, but Swash and Aline, all three of those top players for the Great Clan, with a very impressive performance so far.
Great Clan. They are looking like a team that could very well pick up this grand final here in a 3-0 fashion if they continue to keep this up. At least they don't need a lot to work with. It seems like they just need to win a few trades, find a few duels, because they are just looking like the better team in pure mechanics.
Now, Douglas, let me tell you a story of the Great Clan. They're a team who have honestly not been doing particularly well recently. In fact, they got knocked out in the first round of competition in the last competition that they entered. And the team that knocked them out in that first round of competition, well, I think you know where I'm going with this, Deedlers. It was Zodiacs family. A rematch from the opening round of last tournament. Now these two teams meet in the grand final. A chance for revenge for the Italian squad here, and they seem to be more than happy to take it.
So what you're telling me, Counterfeit, is that Great Clan, they are mad and that they want that revenge right here and right now? I can get behind that, because Great Clan, they are fuming and they are looking unstoppable. Zodiac's family, they're losing kills all over the place and not really able to trade it back.
So we know that MIT, the hero of the Zodiacs family, the titan of the scoreboard, 22 kills in that game past, is topping out the scoreboard for Zodiacs family by a huge margin, actually matching Dragon as far as raw output goes. But this has been the story of the night, just talking about, can the teams keep up with their stars? For the Great Clan, very much more the case. They've got, you know, even their least performing member, Makoto, in this game has got, you know, a more or less even scoreline. But you look across the Dumbo for the Zodiacs family, not even close. It's a strange thing to think that the person who's last on the scoreboard for each team is not maybe the most important, but the most indicative of how the team's doing overall.
I agree 100%, Counterfeit. That obviously always want to have a look at the scoreboard and figure out which guy is able to turn the tides, and sometimes having a guy not performing that well tears your team down quite a notch. So the X family, they're able to creep just past the 25 kill mark up to 31, but Great Clan 50 kills and without breaking a sweat.
So yeah, as I said, a redemption arc for Great Clan Blue from Italy, fielding both the team owner Dragon, who's also their MVP, and Frank, their team manager. Another very strong player. Great Clan have gone from getting knocked out in the first round of competition to being a serious contender to win it all. Revenge and $100 lie at the end of this journey. We shall see if the Great Clan can take the next step with Game 2 of our Grand Finals coming up after the break. Welcome one, welcome all. Zodiacs family, a great clan at each other's throats once again in our grand finals. The best of 5 moves to stage 2, DEFCON 2 D-less. It's here and it's gonna land in the museum.
Let's see if Zodiac's family, they're gonna lose once again to Great Clan, because Great Clan, damn, did they look good in the first game. They got so many kills, they got so very far ahead early on, and there was nothing Zodiac's family they could do to stop them. So let's see if they now, after having a small 5-minute break, have found an answer to Great Clan.
Certainly starting things off a lot better for the family this time around. You know, the MIT is likely to be the heart of their offensive maneuvers. But for the Great Clan, as we said before, they had a much more diffused scoreline spread across multiple members of the squad. So with Elvis leaving the building, Zodiac's family could be in trouble, as they now are functioning with a numbers disadvantage against a team we've seen can more than dish out the hurt.
Yeah, not a great look for Zodiac's family, losing one of those family members right here, the mafioso falling apart. Time to see if Zodiac's family, they can pull out some of that magic to see if perhaps MIT could step it up. But kind of it, could we please have a look at the scoreboard? Let's see, MIT right here right now, only 2 kills and 4 deaths, and veterans just above him, 3 kills and 6 deaths. Apparently, if you want to be a Zodiac's family squad member, then you have to give up 2 deaths for every single kill you find.
It's a tough look, as you said. The family in real trouble here. They have got back Elvis. Fortunately, the Great Clan are putting the boot home. Nearly doubling up on the Zodiac's family score. Frank 4-1 so far, but it's Swish who's been quietly picking up kill after kill after kill. Nice camo up, urban camo there on the Cog V. I mean, more appropriate than some of the camos we see if you actually want to try and hide yourself. But there's no hiding the fact that Swish is top of the scoreboard by a considerable margin, almost doubling the score of the one that went before. But MIT clears the board somewhat with a beautiful airstrike.
Yeah, what a good airstrike that was, kind of it, as you just said right there, that obviously that helped them out quite a lot. Great Clan now nearly had by 10 kills. They're looking so good, and I want to see them keep this up, kind of it. I want to see them continue just raining down terror upon the Zodiac's family lineup. For now, Great Clan, whenever they go in for a duel, they tend to win that duel. That is something that Zodiac's family, they're gonna have to try and find a response to. Because if they can't win those duels, then it's going to be a very hard look in team deathmatch, where kills is all that matters.
Coming up on the halfway mark, 13 kills ahead for the Great Clan. Frank sitting back as the bare-faced one. Great swash. 12-4 so far. I'm sure if we look at the stats here. Oh, actually, surprisingly,
that's a lot of military support for Great Clan. What a huge difference between these two teams. Zodiac's family, you aren't getting as much military support, and it really goes to show how military support can be a huge difference when racking up kills.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's, you know, you're a team that's really showing the cracks of the Zodiac's family here. You now realize that MIT, you know, I think is starting to feel the strain of being the primary carry for the family. It's taking more and more deaths as time goes on. The pressure is mounting. Those kill streaks just make it a fully hostile environment to live in. Those bombing runs, those airstrikes. And of course, coming up in the next patch, we'll be having some new military support options coming in. But right now, the bombing and airstrikes, when a team is ahead, it makes the landscape of any map into a hellscape.
They really do, kind of it. Match completed now. Zodiac's family doing a bit better here in this map than in the first one. Here they get 36 kills, and the last one they got 31. So while they're still lagging far behind Great Clan, it's looking much better, and Zodiac's family might even get to 49 or 50 in the next map, but they need to do it right here and right now because their backs against the wall. They have to reverse sweep this grand final now, and it all starts on our next map destination, which will be conversion.
We did see a reverse sweep in our PC file, so it's not impossible, but it's seeming less and less likely with every kill that falls in favor of the Great Clan. Stay tuned, guys. Our grand final will come to Game 3 after the break, and it could come to an end. iOS still supporting the Zodiacs family, and they will need your support. We'll see what happens in just a few minutes' time. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Great Clan versus Zodiacs family. Game number 3 of our best of 5 grand finals is here. We're headed into conversion, the depths, the underground. But will Zodiacs family be put in the ground by the end of this game, or will they make the comeback of the century? It happened on PC, it could happen again, but the Great Clan starting out strong.
Great Clan, they already have 2 nails in the coffin here for Zodiacs. Can they get the 3rd? Will they be able to do so? For now, off to a great start. Look at the score, 8-3. Zodiacs family, I don't think they're going to be able to even reach 25 kills with the way Great Clan they're looking right now.
And Zodiacs need to turn this one around immediately, or it's going to spin wildly out of control. MIT perhaps got a game off in game number 2, now back into being the hope of Great Clan. Frank ambushes them from behind though, takes them to the map, will pay for it. But any moments that MIT is off the map is a moment that Zodiacs family are in trouble. Elvis is connected, is here, but at the moment there's no standout players from either side, both teams going full bore at one another.
The 2 teams, they just want to clash, they just want to fight, but Great Clan coming out ahead. And kind of it, let's have a look at the stats, please. Let's see if Zodiac's family, I said the stats, my friend, not the scoreboard. Let's see who's getting the military support. Right here,
pretty early on.
Zodiac's family actually getting a lot of military support. 3 so far, but Great Clan still sneaking ahead, even though last time, or in the last map, they got plenty of military support, but also had that lead. So I guess it goes to show that you don't need military support to be able to stay ahead.
Certainly doesn't hurt though. Great Clan at the moment only ahead by 2. I think the Zodiacs family certainly showing up with their strongest performance of the grand finals so far. That speaks to a pretty strong level of tenacity from the Zodiacs family. It's hard to motivate the team that's down 2-0, but I have to wonder if sometimes there might be a degree of fatalism coming into play, where it's like, you know, from the Zodiacs family side of things, it's saying, you know, these first 2 games have gone disastrously. Literally the 3rd game cannot go any worse, so we might as well go all out, because if we don't, we're going to lose. If we do, we might not lose.
Yeah, well, if you are going out, you might as well go out fighting. Zodiac's family, they even out things. The score completely balanced right here, as all things should be if you ask Thanos from a Marvel. Now Great Clan, 32-33, unbalanced, and now comfy.
Yeah, with 4 minutes left on the clock, it's anyone's game 3 of the grand final. Of course, for Zodiac's family, this game means so much. This is their chance to stay in the finals at all. For Great Clan, you have to wonder if perhaps the fact that the end of the tournament is so close in sight, one more victory is going to do it. Perhaps that takes the edge off them just that little bit. Enough perhaps for Zodiac's family to steal away a game and get back into the series.
40-41. This could very well be Zodiac's family's comeback right here. They creep themselves ahead by 2 kills, but Dragon jumps down. Svakje will get that melee kill. Zodiac's family looking so hard here, but Dragon, 2 kills, even outs the score.
Dragon pulling things back to parity. It's going to come down to these last few moments. We've got so much time left on the clock, but Elvis is put in the dirt. Their top scorer for Zodiacs is gone for now. We'll be respawning in, but by the time that they do, it could all be over. Face to face, head to head fighting, bloody and brutal all the way to the finish.
1 more kill and then Great Clan, they will secure it, but same goes for Zodiac's family. We're coming down to the very last one, and Dragon gonna finish out things against MIT. The big star player from Zodiac's family will be the last one to go down here in the grand final. Congratulations to Great Clan, taking the series 3-0.
Wow, what an end to this series. Zodiac's family showed up and showed off. It could have been theirs. They could have made it back into the series, but now we'll never know what could have happened. Great Clan, they go for the clean sweep and they achieve it. 3-0, our champions here today. Let's take a look at those numbers. Oh boy, I don't think I've seen something like that for a while. Nearly everybody on both teams breaking into the double digits there. Just an incredibly brutal affair decided by a single shot right at the end.
Yeah, that's not something you see every day, especially in a grand final scenario. But today it happened kind of fit. What is series between Great Clan and Zodiacs family? Once again, Zodiacs family fall prey in the grand final. They lose it out completely one-sided to their opponents. But they had a great run and they looked strong in the rounds that we saw them win. So I'm looking forward to seeing them come back again next week and show us what they're made of.
Yep, definitely a very satisfying victory for Great Clan. As you said, knocked out by Zodiac's family in the first round of last week's competition. Now meeting them in the finals and destroying them. That's gotta feel pretty darn good. And of course, $100 dingoes can't hurt either. So guys, that's it for us right now. We will be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock UK time. If you haven't already, please do give Modern Combat a follow on whichever platform you happen to be on. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Mob Crush, all that good stuff. If you'd like to see more of my Danish co-caster, Dealus, where can folks find you?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, just search for DealusCast and you will find me.
It's not an easy one to spell, but best of luck. You can find me at an equally hard to spell cast name. Man, we should probably invest in some easy to spell caster names. Counterfeit Cast, and all those same kinds of places as well. Thank you guys so much for spending your evening with us. We're going to go, like the teams, and get some well-earned rest. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. But for now, good night.